We're going to talk about the 5 things I absolutely love about my Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. All right, welcome back. So with 1,500 miles under my belt on this bike, I want to go ahead and talk about the things I absolutely love about it. I could easily make this list 15, maybe even 20, but we're not going to make it that long. We're just going to do the top 5 things and maybe some honorable mentions, so let's get started. Number 1 on the list is cruise control. I don't know how many out there have a bike that has cruise control, but since owning an Iron 883 and then upgrading to this, my God, has it been a godsend. The cruise control is so freaking convenient and it's so nice. I wish I would have had it on my Iron when I had my Iron, but it didn't come standard. It comes standard on the Sport Glide, and that's one of the things I absolutely love about this motorcycle. Out of all the 2018 Softails that Harley released last year, the only bike besides the Sport Glide that has the cruise control was the Heritage Classic. So I think that Harley putting this on what they call a sport touring motorcycle was absolutely perfect, because you could take this bike on long rides and that cruise control is just going to make the riding experience that much better. And I have to mention how easy it is to operate the cruise control on this motorcycle. There's a little button lever underneath your left hand control. And all you have to do when you're at cruising speed, push that in, and you got a little yellow graphic that lights up in your display. Then once you reach the required cruising speed you want to go, you just flip that little lever up, the little indicator light turns green, and you're set. What's great about the cruise control on this bike is you don't have to touch the throttle at all if you want to increase your speed. If you want to go a little faster, just hit that little lever up and your bike will increase speed, and it resets itself after you let go of the lever. It's absolutely awesome. I love cruise control. It's so convenient on the highways and the interstates. Absolutely love it, guys. It's fantastic. All right, so number 2 on this list is the... Hold on a second. Hello?
Yeah, I was just wondering,
Yeah, man, September 13th through 16th, Pierre Marquette. Yeah, all right, I gotta go now. I'm filming a video.
Call me.
All right, later. That guy will not stop calling me. All right, guys, as I was saying, number 2 on my list are the Mantis wheels that Harley released for the Sport Glide. I don't know if you guys have ever checked these out, but there's something completely new and unique that Harley did with this motorcycle. No other bike in the Harley-Davidson Softail range, or even the touring bikes, have these wheels. And if you look at them, they're so awesome looking. This is a new approach for Harley. Used to the traditional spoke or mag, a lot of people weren't sure about these wheels, but for me personally, I think they hit a home run with these. I think they knocked it right out of the park. These wheels look amazing. And let me know in the comments below, do you like these wheels on the Sport Glide? Let me know. All right, so number 3 on this list, one of the most convenient features this bike has to offer, and that is the bags. What's great about these bags is they're very spacious, they hold a lot of stuff, and they're also lightweight, so they don't add a bunch of weight to the motorcycle. They are made out of a very durable plastic, they're not made out of metal, but they look great. I think Harley did a good job with the design of these, and of course, like I was saying before, the weight, it's not a concern at all because they probably weigh less than 5 pounds a piece. One of the things I wasn't too sure about this bike was the paint job they did on them, because they don't offer this bike in a matte finish, but yet the bags are in a matte plastic finish. They actually look great on the vivid black version that I have, so I really don't have any complaints about the color and the finish. And I can't say enough about how easy you can remove these bags, as well as the stock fairing, which I'm gonna kind of give a mention to, but that's gonna be part of my other video on things I hate about the Harley-Davidson Sport Glide, because the bags and the fairing come off in seconds. I mean, you can have both bags and the fairing off in a matter of less than a minute. And what gives another point here, which is almost a 3A to this point, is that it's like you get 2 bikes in one. You could take off that fairing, you could take off these bags, and it's like you have a totally different looking cruiser. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this bike, kind of paying homage back to the old Dyna Switchback, but that was a bike that was very similar to this. Very cool bike. I don't know if it did so well in the market. I'm not sure really how well the Sport Glide's doing in the market, but I think if you did throw a leg over this, you would be impressed. All right, so number 4 on the list is I'm gonna talk about comfortability. Comfortability on this bike is absolutely fantastic. I can ride all day on this bike, several hours at a time, and I don't have iron butt. I'm not uncomfortable. I don't need to get off the bike real quick like I used to have to on my Iron 883. Forward controls combined with the absolutely soft, cushy seat that this Sport Glide has, way more comfortable than I ever experienced with my Sportster. With less shake in the bike, I think Harley claims 75% less shake with the way this new engine's mounted. Your ride's gonna be a lot smoother, the handling's gonna be better with the inverted front forks, and your all-around riding experience is just gonna be way better than you experienced on their predecessors. And I can't wait to do some longer trips on this bike this year. I plan on going to 3 or 4 hours away from home, just doing some exploring, maybe some camping. Of course, we got a Moto Meet-Up later this year that Herbert just called me for a little while ago. And going cross country would be perfect for this bike. It's comfortable, it's got the bags, it's got all these other amenities and bells and whistles that are perfect for taking it on long distance rides. And coming in at number 5, one of the biggest reasons why I love this bike is the Milwaukee 8 engine. Now, if you aren't familiar with where the origins of the Milwaukee 8 name came from, that came from A, that it was made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 2, is that they introduced 8 valves in the engine. There's 4 per cylinder in it. At 1,746 cc's, this bike packs a mean punch, and it wants to go. It wants to move, and it wants to go fast. 108 foot-pounds of torque at around 2,750 or so RPMs. I mean, that's pretty low compared to some of the other Softails and some of the other bikes in the Harley-Davidson lineup. I mean, this thing wants to go. It wants to move quick. And of course, like what I talked about earlier, this bike is rigid mounted now, so you're gonna have a smoother ride along with all that performance. And I can't tell you how excited I am to go full stage 1 on this bike. I still have an air cleaner and a tune to do this bike. I've already got the exhaust put on, and I just can't wait to see how a tune and an air cleaner open this thing up. I think it's gonna be plenty fast for me, but I mean, I can't even imagine going a stage 4 on this. This thing would just be a monster. But like I said, this is another thing that Harley knocked out of the park. I mean, the looks, the performance is all there. I mean, especially on the Sport Glide, all the chrome accents are just in the right places.
All right, guys, so those are my top 5 things. I also want to mention a couple honorable mentions because I just can't stop there. First thing I'm going to talk about is the LEDs that Harley put in this bike. All new Softails come with an LED headlight, and that's amazing because not only is there an LED headlight in the front, there's also the rear turn signals, which are LED. And I don't understand why Harley didn't go the full 9 and just put them in the front turn signals as well. But that wasn't a big issue for me because I had custom dynamics turn signals in my Sportster that I went ahead and swapped out with the incandescent bulbs in this one. So my visibility is better, I can see better at night, very, very bright, and another great safety feature. Number 2 is I'm gonna say 3 things here, and this is gonna be a 3-parter, is the passenger pegs, the passenger seat, and ABS. All these come standard on the Sport Glide, so if you wanna ride with a passenger, you've already got your seat, you've already got your pegs. Now, of course, you need to buy a sissy bar for this bike, which I did, but I mean, some people don't like a sissy bar, some people do. I mean, it just matters what your taste is and how your passenger feels about it. But ABS is another great thing that comes standard on this bike, and I don't know why Harley hasn't done this for all their bikes, but coming standard on this Sport Glide is just another thumbs up for me. One more thing I'm gonna mention, the built-in USB port. I mean, this thing's fantastic. I mean, if you're out and about on long trips, or out for a long day and you're using your phone, you're taking pictures, you're taking video, you can plug your device right into this USB port that's located right underneath in front of the tank and charge your phone on the go or charge your device or whatever. It's amazing and it's awesome that they do this. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave the video right there. Now look forward to another video where I talk about 5 things I hate about the Harley-Davidson Sport Glide, but just a spoiler, there's not really many things I hate about this bike. There's some things I think Harley could have done better, but I'll talk about that in the next video. So once again, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you liked today's video. I hope it helped you out. I hope it was informative. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel tremendously. Hit a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the Sport Glide if you own one or if you're thinking about getting one. Until next time, be kind, take it sleazy, and I'll see you in the next video.